What's going on, my Century unit? It's the Centuryman here, so back again with another classic Survivor Series pay-per-view review. Yep, we're in the month of November, so I'm going to review some classic Survivor Series shows. So today I'm reviewing Survivor Series 1993. So this show was at the Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts on the 24th of November 1993. The attendance of the show was 15,509. Survivor Series 1993 drew about 180,000 pay-per-view buys, a massive downgrade than the previous year's Survivor Series show. Survivor Series 92 drew about 250,000 pay-per-view buys. So the commentators for Survivor Series 1993, we got Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon represent Radio WWF. They will commentating the SMW Tag Team Championship match later on the show. And by the way, this is Bobby the Brain Heenan's final WWF pay-per-view appearance for I think it was about 12 years now. Yeah, 12 years, because he made his return to the company. Commentated the comedy battle royal, or the gimmick battle royal, at WrestleMania 17 in 2001. Because the reason why he's leaving the WWF, I'm talking about the end of his first run was, he ended up going to WCW. 1993 was a transformational period for the Federation, because most of the stars, or the big names, from the Golden Era, the Hulkamania era, are gone. Warrior's gone, Hogan's gone, Mean Gene Okerlund's gone. Piper, he was more focused on his acting career, and then Mr. Perfect's gone. I'll get to more of that shortly. Savage ended up leaving the following year, so it's a transformation period for the company, and they end up gonna struggle to find their next top star. It's kind of like started to be like slowly a dark period for the company, but it's just what it is. I don't want to get into that. So anyway, let's do the quick result on the dark match. So the dark match, we had Billy Gunn defeat the Brooklyn Brawler. So the first match to kick off Survivor Series of 1993, we got the first Survivor Series elimination match. Bit of a tongue time moment. The first Survivor Series match of the night, we got Team Razor Ramon taking on Team IRS. That's short for Owen I Shyster, by the way. Anyway, so representing Team Razor, we got Razor Ramon. Let's start with ROS, the Team RS first. Anyway, so we got Owen I Shyster, Adam Bomb, Diesel, who's at the time was the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels. We'll get to Shawn later on in this review. So ROS, Adam Bomb, Diesel, and Rick the Model Martel. And represent Team Razor, we got Razor Ramon, the 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, and the mysterious opponent. That is Macho Man Randy Savage. Before we get to that, so anyway, during Razor's promo on the show, he kind of mentioned Mr. Perfect, so he was tagging himself out. So I'm speculating that the original fourth member of Team Razor was, Mr. Perfect, but Mr. Perfect is gone. Like I said, he was gone, not just in the WWF, but in professional wrestling for a couple of years. The reason why he left, there's, he's quitting, retire, or mini-retire, whatever you call. On one hand, he was injured. He's got like something to do with he's got like a, Lloyd's of London policy. He got a lot of injuries. He had fallen out creatively. He had drug problems. there's many rumors. I can't really speculate. So yeah, it's the last time we see Mr. Perfect in the company until 1995. Yeah, he made his return in 1995. You know, commentating. I think it was 95, 96. He was a commentator, and then he left the company in 96 to go to WCW. So anyway, so replacing Mr. Perfect, we got Macho Man Randy Savage. So the match itself was fun. It was a good match. But I'm not going to talk about the elimination of this match. It'll be too long, by the way, and try to keep it short and simple. Anyway, it was a good match. You know, during this match, you had Crush trying to interfere, trying to coming down to the ring. Backstory, you know, this was the start of this rivalry between Randy Savage and Crush. So, you know, this revolved around Crush getting attacked by Yokozuna, injured him in the process. You know, Yoko, you know, hits his trademark bonsai drop onto Crush on his chest area. You know, and Crush, you know, didn't like he kind of blamed Randy Savage for not like calling him, check about him when he was at the hospital. You know, he's like using politics to hold him back, you know, blah blah blah. So he attacked Randy Savage. Savage was suspended. You know, he was a commentator at the time, and this is Randy Savage's first match in a ring since he appeared at the Royal Rumble of that year. You know, yeah, the reason why he was mostly a commentator because Vince see Randy Savage is old, you know. Even though, yeah, he's old, but he's still a big name. But Savage wants to get back in the ring. He's an on-screen competitor, not a commentator. But anyway, so this is the start of this rivalry between Randy Savage and Crush that lead up to the Falls Count Anywhere match at WrestleMania 10 of the following year. And also, by the way, Razor Ramon won the vacant Intercontinental Championship. I think it was a Battle Royal or against that was against Sean again that was against Rick Martel. I think it was a tournament or a vacant tournament. So because Shawn Michaels was suspended, or get to more of that later on. So anyway, let's get back to this match, man. But anyway, so yeah, Crush came down to the ring. Savage, I think he eliminated not iOS. Eliminated Diesel with the diving elbow. Then he got out of the ring. They had a brawl, and Savage got himself counted out. Yeah, let's talk about the eliminations, man. I was about to not to do the eliminations, otherwise this is gonna drag. But anyway, so yeah, Savage got eliminated. Razor, I think Razor was still in his beginning program. I think he kind of feud with the $1 Million Man and IRS, and then briefly with Shawn Michaels. And you know, I don't really watch a lot of Raw for my preparation, you know, for the show. So I'm doing it blindly. That's the reason why, you know, that's a multi-light format when I'm doing these reviews. You know, it takes me too long, but anyway, so yeah, Razor eliminated IRS. Then who eliminated Razor? I think it was Adam Bomb. After, you know, you had IRS hit Razor in the back with the stomach with the briefcase. I think it was Adam Bomb. I'm not too sure. Adam Bomb or I think it was Rick Martel. Yeah, it was Rick Martel. I can't remember, but anyway, you know, Razor was gone. So the final four competitors in this match, we got the 1-2-3 Kid. That's Sean Waltman, the future Six Pac, the future X Pac, and Marty Jannetty. And the final two members of Team IRS, we got Adam Bomb and Rick Martel. Anyway, so yeah, you had Rick Jannetty, you know, Marty Jannetty, and the 1-2-3 Kid eliminate both Adam Bomb and Rick Martel to win this match. Besides that, it was a good match, and this is going to be a trend of the Survivor Series matches on this show. It's going to be a little boring, but besides that, I think this was the you could I placed it down the middle of the Survivor Series matches on the show. By the way, like I said, there's 4 Survivor Series matches on this show. But besides that, this was good. Yeah, you're seeing like the top stars like Savage and Razor again eliminated. It's just what it is, you know. The focus on the two most athletic guys with Janetti and 1-2-3 Kid getting the win, because 1-2-3 Kid's a new rising star. It's funny, like in this match, you got the future members of the Clique, you know, three members of the Clique, you know, Razor, Diesel, and 1-2-3 Kid, you know, yeah, and the Clique was what 1995, with Kid, Shawn, Triple H, Razor, Diesel, you know. But yeah, it was a good match. Didn't really outstay its welcome. I think that it wasn't really boring or oh my god, this is amazing. But it was a good match to really kick off this Survivor Series. So moving on to the second Survivor Series match of the show, we got the Hart family taking on Shawn Michaels and his Knights. So represent Team Hart, you know, the Hart family. We got Bret, who's the leader or the captain of this team, with his brothers Bruce, Keith, and Owen, and represent Shawn and his Knights. We got Shawn Michaels. I'll get to more of Shawn shortly, and his Knights. So, so who is the Knights? So the Knights are the Black Knight. Technically, he's not really a Black Knight. He was basically it's the Black and White Knight. The Black and White Knights. Get my words out. The Black and White Knight. White Knights rhymes, by the way. But anyway, the Black and White Knight is Jeff Gaylord. That's his actual real name, Jeff Gaylord. So I'm guessing the blue or the red, one of them, the blue, one of the Knights is Barry Horowitz, and the other one is Greg Valentine. Terry Funk was originally be part of this, one of the Knights, and also the stipulation, if this match, if the Knights get eliminated and lose this match, they'll be forced to reveal. So yeah, the rumors there's legends that Terry Funk was originally was supposed to be revealed to be one of the Knights. The day before or the day prior on the show, he kind of write a letter to Vince that his horse is sick, is dead, so he pulled out. Jimmy Snuka was rumored to be one of the Knights. A young Glenn Jacobs, the future Kane, will be revealed to be one of the Knights. So it's just what it is. So Shawn and his Knights. This makes no sense because the whole bulk of 1993, this is the feud between Bret Hart and Jerry the King Lawler. It started at King of the Ring 1993 after Bret winning the 1993 King of the Ring tournament. That carried on at SummerSlam. I'm guessing Lawler beat Bret in that match. I think he fought against Dunk on that same show. It's been a long time since I reviewed Survivor Series. Not Survivor Series. I meant SummerSlam, folks. Duh. They fought at SummerSlam in 1993. Then this is basically, I'm guessing it's a blow-off or still the continuation. I'm not too sure. At Survivor Series, this is the Family Feud match. So, yeah, Bret and his brothers taking on Lawler and his Knights. I think it's weeks before this show, Lawler was pulled from the card, also pulled from WWF programming because he was accused and outdated because he was accused of raping and sexual assault a 13-year-old kid. I think it was 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, 15-year-old girl. He was pulled, and glad this that whole thing was dropped. I think the girl made up the whole story. It's the same. This is the same scenario as Enzo Amore from 2018. He was accused and outdated of sexually assaulted a girl. That was pulled. And it's really the difference between the situation between Lawler's situation from 1993 and Enzo in 2018. At least Lawler was back in the company. Enzo got fired. You know, I don't want to get into that, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Lawler is gone. You won't see Lawler again until 1994. He's pulled for the rest. I think he missed the whole bulk of 1994. He came back, you know, I think he came back, what, in the spring, the summer of 1994. Brian Lawler won't feud again until 1995, so it's just what it is. So Shawn came back because Shawn was suspended. He was the Intercontinental Champion. He was suspended. In kayfabe, you know, he's refused to defend the Intercontinental Championship. But in real life, he was suspended because I think he was taking steroids, you know, failed a drug test. So, and now Lawler is now indicted of the rape charge. So Shawn is back to be in this match, and also in this storyline, trying to continue this storyline. He had this Real Rogers, you know, basically it's Bruce Pritchard, you know, the former Brother Love, doing the Dusty Road impression, like saying like, oh, Shawn is talking shit about the Hart family, even though Laura is the one who's talking shit towards Bray and his family, the whole bulk of 1993. So yeah, this makes no sense. And by the way, on commentary alongside Vince and Bobby the Ray Heenan, we got Ray Combs. Ray Combs is I think it was a presenter, the host of Family Feuds. That's in America. In England, we call it Family Fortune. Even though I don't know who Ray Combs is, so it's just what it is. Don't hurt the mailman. But anyway, so the match itself, I think it's the best Survivor Series match on this show. Here's my nitpick about it. Too long. I think it's the longest match on this show. It's lasted about half an hour. I'm not saying this match was bad. Wasn't like, oh my god, this is amazing. But it was a good Survivor Series match, but it was too long. And also, like, when Owen eliminated Jeff Gaylord, the Black and White Knight, Ray Combe saying it's all over, and Brain says it's not over. You can tell like Ray Combe doesn't really know about wrestling. It's just like he was out of his depth. Anyway, the match. I think the match was really good. You know, Keith and Bruce. You know, the announcers bringing up like the commentary team brought. You know, Bruce and Keith. Basically, they're coming out of retirement. I'm guessing Bruce is one of them is the history teacher, and the other one is the fireman. I don't know which one's the fireman. I'm guessing it's Keith and Bruce is the history teacher, or vice versa. I don't know. And I think this is the first and only time that Bret wearing the singlet. You know, he's mostly wearing his pink singlet with the black tights. No, he's just wearing pink singlet. But anyway, so the match was really good. Owen eliminated Jeff Gaylord, and I'm guessing Barry Horowitz or Greg Valentine. Like I said, I don't know which one's the blue. I think I'm guessing Barry Horowitz is the Red Knight, and the Blue Knight is Greg Valentine, or vice versa. So it's hard to confuse who is with, who is. It's what it is, man. Sorry, I'm tongue twisted, Mum. I'm very tongue twisted. Anyway, my throat's a bit posh now after it was dry. So anyway, so yeah, one good spot. You had the Hart brothers, or Irish Whip the Knights. You know, you had Ray Combs got like a fucking orgasm of it. So anyway, so yeah, I feel like the Hart brothers and Shawn kind of carried. I think Greg Valentine was past his best. Don't know about Jeff Gaylord. You know, Barry Horowitz before my time. You know, he was like a jobber, but yeah, I think they carried them to a really good Survivor Series match. But like I said, it was a bit too long. But anyway, so Owen Hart eliminated the black and white Knight, and I'm guessing the Blue Knight. And I think Bret eliminated the Red Knight. The only person from the Hart family got eliminated is Owen. Owen basically got eliminated after, you know, you had I think Bret was selling the eye injury, and I'm guessing like Owen accidentally knocked Bret off the ring apron, and I'm guessing Bret kind of tweaked his knee, and Shawn eliminated with the roll up. So anyway, Shawn left the ring, got himself counted out, so the Hart family win. And afterwards, Owen came back, got pissed off towards Brett, saying like, you're living in my shadow, living out of my shadow, confronting his brothers, Keith and Bruce. So this was the start of probably the best rivalry of 1994, the following year, between Brett and Owen. Brett, you can tell Owen's character is starting to develop, because at the time, I think Owen was a bit a cookie cutter. He came in the company what 1991, 1992, teaming up with Neidhart, his brother-in-law, and then he was kind of like just a normal guy on the roster. I think this match kind of like gave him some character development. He'll become probably one of the best wrestlers of the 90s. Being this conniving heel. Anyway, so it continued at the 1994 Royal Rumble. The tag team match, the Quebecers versus Brett and Owen. That match was not a schmaz, but like a non-contest because Brett is unable to continue. And then they had their matches at WrestleMania 10 and the steel cage match at SummerSlam 1 month after Owen won the King of the Ring tournament. So yeah, it was a good. Yeah, you can tell this is planting the seeds of matches and rivalries going into 1994. And I forgot to mention this, from the first Survivor Series match from earlier, when IRS hits Razor with a briefcase. This is just setting up the Intercontinental title match between Razor versus IRS at that year's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I go and check out my review of Royal Rumble 1994 for more information. So anyway, so besides that, I think out of the 4 Survivor Series match on this show, this is the best. Like I said, too long. So let's move on to the next match. So the next match, this is the only non-Survivor Series match on this show. It's the only title match on this show, and this is for the SMW Tag Team Championship. So SMW stands for Smoky Mountain Wrestling. We got the Rock and Roll Express. Yeah, that's right, the Rock and Roll Express. Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton defending the belts against the Heavenly Bodies with Jim Cornette in their corner. The Heavenly Bodies are Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Del Rey. This because at the time WWF was in a working relationship not just with Jerry King Lawler's promotion. Or was it the USWA? That's the territory in Memphis, and also with Jim Cornette's promotion in, I'm guessing, in Tennessee or Kentucky, I can't remember, called Smoky Mountain Wrestling. This was like in the 90s, WWF was in multiple working relationships with smaller companies, in Mexico. I think it was AAA, I might be wrong about this. I think they were in a working relationship, one in Japan, that was kind of like building the foundation of the light heavyweight division. And also, they end up working relationship with ECW. That was like in mid-90s, 4 years later. But anyway, so JR and Gorilla Monsoon on commentary for, they're representing Radio WWF. I think it's the only time that this is a different championship from a different company is on WWF programming. What's the next time they did that? We don't know. It's very rare and cool to see. The match itself between the Heavenly Bodies and the Rock and Roll Express, or the RNR Express. And by the way, they fought in WCW early in the year at Super Brawl. And by the way, they with Heavenly Bodies and the Rock and Roll Express, they kind of trade back and forth with the SMW Tag Team title belts, for the whole bulk of 1992 and 1993. Anyway, this match is match of the night, man. I really like it. Good back and forth between both tag teams. I think the crowd was dead. Maybe they're just not really related. I think they just don't know who they are. It's really shocking with Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express, they're more associated with, with WCW, the NWA and GCP, But seeing him on WWF programming, that was really good. I don't know if they're in the Hall of Fame. They should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. It's a shame. Hope they'll be in the Hall of Fame soon. Fingers crossed. But anyway, so really good match, good back and forth. John Cornette at the time, I think he was head creative with the company at the time, and also running Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That lasted until 1995. So basically 2 years, or I think it was 2 years, or 1996, maybe vice versa. So anyway, so I'm trying to keep it short and simple. In the end, Del Rey hit. I think he hit Morton or Gibson with Cornette's bat. You know, you had Cornette trying to help the Heavenly Bodies winning, trying to help to win this match. You know, I think with the Rock and Roll Express, they're very athletic. You know, super fast. You know, like back then. I think back in the day, back then, they're just like tag teams are mostly brawlers. I think R and R, you know, Express, you know, they're kind of like different at the time. They're kind of fast paced, like, you know, it's boom boom boom, action packed, you know. You know, right now it's the norm. You know, you got 1 or 2 tag teams that are kind of like brawlers. Most of them are just like doing the flash and power moves, you know. Anyway, so let's get back to the match. So the match, in the end, Jimmy Del Rey hit the bat or the tennis racket onto, I think it was Ricky Morton or Gibson, to win this match, and the Heavenly Bodies won the SMW Tag Team Championships. I don't know how many titles at the time. I checked it on Wikipedia. You know, the trade back and forth with the tag team title belts. You know, holy shit, man! It's just like all over the place. So, and by the way, they end up. And by the way, in February of the following year, Rock and Roll Express went on to regain the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team title belts, and then the Heavenly Bodies once again regain again. It's just like I said, it's a pattern throughout 1992 to 1993 and the early parts of 1994. So yeah, I'd say this is match of the night, as in my opinion. So it gets my overall thoughts in the end. So let's move on to the next match. So the next match, we've got the third Survivor Series match of the night. We got Team Bam Bam Bigelow taking on Team Doink. So represent Team Bam Bam Bigelow, we got Bam Bam Bigelow, the Head Shrinkers, that is Fatu and Samu. Fatu is the future Rikishi, by the way. And Baston Booger. Baston Booger was the former, basically was Norman the Lunatic in WCW. Then he came to the WWF as Friar Ferguson. He's basically this monk gimmick. Now he's Baston Booger. Anyway, so who's represent Team Doink? So Team Doink, and also Luna Vachon's is in the corner of Team Bam Bam Bigelow, by the way. So who's represent Team Doink? We got Luke, Butch, Mabel, and Mo. For this video, we got the Doink Whackers and Doinks on the Mission. So this is the rivalry between Doink the Clown and Bam Bam Bigelow. Doink, you know, that's Matt Bourne, by the way. He's now babyface. He's now teasing Bam Bam Bigelow, doing his shtick. The video package on this show, you know, it was good TV magic. You know, you had 4 Doinks on a screen. One of the Doinks kind of pouring like a bucket of glitter down to the downside side of the screen, and that is just cool. That is cool. And by the way, before this match on the show, Matt Bourne, the first Doink, is fired. He's gone, you know, because of the drug possession. So no Doink. This match is the worst match of the night. You know, it was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. The shtick is, you know, I get it was Doink's shtick. You know, he's a clown. But it's just like seeing like Mo, I think it was Mo, Mo was like riding on the scooter. This is before on bananas and turkey. It's just like really water balloons and buckets, man. I don't want to get into the eliminations, you know. It's so goofy. It's some stupid spots, man. Like One of the head shrinkers got eliminated. One like pretending like he's gonna throw glitter or water in the face, but instead it was just a normal bucket that led up to a roll up. Someone like throw water balloons in the face of one of the other head shrinkers. I don't know what's Fatu or Samu's, vice versa. Anyway, so Mo, I know it's Mabel eliminated Bash and Booger. And then fucking I can't remember who got eliminated. Yeah. And Bam and Bigger got eliminated by all the doinks. Or the fake doinks. And by the way, the fans were chanting, "We won doink." Anyway, so all the doinks, the doink markers and doinks on the mission eliminate Bam and Bigelow for the win. Afterwards, you got the other doink pinned on the Titantron or the screen. There wasn't really called the Titantron at the time. So anyway, but this is not Matt Bourne's doink. This is Ray Apollo's doink. He's doing this shtick with some crappy, cringy jokes. And that was you can tell it's a continuation of Doink's feud with Bam and Bigelow. That would continue into, I think it was at WrestleMania 10 with the next tag team match, Doink and Dink taking on Bigelow and Lunar. This match is basically the death of Doink. First off, the reason why it's the death of Doink, for one, they turned Doink babyface, because Doink debuted in 1992, going into 1993, he was a heel. He was a good heel. Then he turned babyface. I think this was the kiss of death, to be honest, man. I understand why they did that, because the company's kid friendly. A lot of people just have a massive phobia of clowns, with whether it's the Joker. This is years before Heath Ledger, by the way. This is maybe Jack Nicholson's Joker. At the time, you had the debut of the Batman animated series, the Mark Hamill's Joker. Pennywise. Not the remake Pennywise, but the one with Tim Curry. Yeah, that was death nail number 1. I think the death nail number 2, we had 4 Doinks, 4 wrestlers, person named Doink, but we didn't got the real Doink. Yeah, the fans were chanting, "We won Doink." Yeah, this match killed Doink. I think any momentum that Doink have after this match is all gone. It's just what it is, man. I don't want to get in details, It's a shame for Matt Bourne. He made that character really good. And then also when I think Bourne kind of fucked himself up. And then once they start to recast Doink, you can tell the magic is gone. And and also they never chance to evolve the character, and you can tell that character is just nothing more than a McDonald's clown. It's just what it is, man. Anyway, let's move on to the main event. So we got the Foreign Fanatics taking on the All Americans. So represent of the All Americans, we got Lex Luger, the Steiner Brothers, and the Undertaker. Originally, Tatanka was supposed to compete in this match, but he was pulled out. He got attacked by the Foreign Fanatics. Ludwig Borger beat Tatanka to end his 2 years undefeated streak. Also got attacked by Yokozuna. I'm guessing that was kayfabe, or did Tatanka had an injury at the time? Don't know. And now represent of the Foreign Fanatics, we got the World Wrestling Federation champion Yokozuna, Jacques Rougeau, because I think Raymond was supposed to be in this match, but he got injured by Lex Luger by the bionic elbow. It was during a match, so Crush took his place. Even though I'll get to more of Crush and Undertaker shortly, and Ludwig Borger is also in Foreign Fanatics. We have Jim Cornette and Scotty and Johnny Paulo, by the way. Johnny Paulo is the future Raven, by the way. This match, not terrible, wasn't great. I think this is the second to worst Survivor Series match of the night. If I compare it to best to worst, I think for me, I say Brett and his brothers taking on Shawn and his Knights. I place it number 1. Number 2 is the opener Survivor Series match, Team Razor versus Team IRS. The worst one has to be Doink Team Doink taking on Team Bam Bam Bigelow. It was a comedy match, by the way. And this match, I put it in the middle. I'll get to more of my thoughts of the show later on. So, the match itself was okay. Like the second Survivor Series match of the show, boring. I wish they just cut the second Survivor Series match and this Survivor Series match in half. I think I was really bored. It drags too long. I'm not saying it's a bad match, but it's just like not really. Oh my god, this is a great Survivor Series match. There's one botch, with Rick Steiner. I think he did like a move off the top rope. Booger, I think catch him, but kind of, it was a very awkward landing, and I'm guessing like Rick Steiner injured his ankle in the process. He was selling his leg, so Rick got eliminated by Ludwig Borger. I think who eliminated Jacques? Oh yeah, Lex Luger eliminated Jacques. It was the elbow. It was the elbow off the top rope, or the forearm off the top rope. It's a biatic elbow off the top rope. So he eliminated Jacques Rougeau, not Raymond. They are the Quebecers, by the way. I think they were the former. No, is it Raymond? I thought it was Carolet. It's very confusing, man. But anyway, Scott Steiner got eliminated by Ludwig Borger. Actually, he got eliminated by Yokozuna by, I think it was a slam, some kind of body slam. So Undertaker and Yokozuna, fought one. Yeah, Undertaker was not selling Yokozuna's moves. I think he got away from Yokozuna's bonsai drop. Taker got eliminated by a count. Both Yokozuna and the Undertaker got eliminated. By the way, this is set up, Yokozuna versus the Undertaker, the casket match for the World Wrestling Federation Championship at the Royal Rumble. So the final two was Ludwig Borger and Lex Luger. By the way, Luger, this is months after he fought Yokozuna. It's good to see Luger and Yoko had the first on-screen interaction since SummerSlam of 1993. When Lex failed to win the championship, he won the match via a count-out, but he didn't win the championship. So this is still this continuation of this rivalry between Lex Luger and Yokozuna. Anyway, so in the end, you had one of the managers. I think it was Mr. Fuji. They got a lot of managers in this Foreign Fanatic team. I forgot I mentioned this. Crush got eliminated. I forgot about he got counted out by Randy Savage. Trying to go after Crush. So this is still continuation, building this rivalry between Macho Man and Crush, leading up to the Falls Count Anywhere match at WrestleMania the following year. So anyway, in the end, I think he kicked out of the bucket attempt. Borger hit Luger with the bucket, kicked out. In the end, Luger hit the bionic elbow onto Ludwig Borger for the win. And for whatever reason, Santa Claus came out of nowhere. Who is just not like Santa Claus? Who knows? Very weird why they did that, because I'm guessing it's near Christmas, because this show is one day before Thanksgiving. I don't want to get into that. So anyway, so this match, like I said, it was okay. It's just okay, not boring. It is boring, but it's not like horrible. But it's not like, oh my god, this is great, this is amazing. But it's just like here's my flaws about this match. Number one, you got two guys had no business to be in this match, with Crush. Even though Crush is part of the Foreign Fanatics, he's not really a foreigner, he's an American. Even though, he's from Hawaii, but that's part of America. And the Undertaker, who's all part of this Lex Luger's team. I'm guessing I'm understanding he's filling in for Tatanka. You had this, I think it was this footage of him on Raw with the American flag. It was a different, I think it's an old version of the American flag. Maybe from I don't know, it's part of the American Revolution. I think it was, or maybe it's from the Civil War. I'm not too sure. So, like I said, Taker went on to face Yokozuna for the championship at the Royal Rumble, the start of the next year. And by the way, this is the final pay-per-view appearance for Ludwig Borger, by the way. I think he debuted early that year, as this second top foreign heel of the company. The first one was Yokozuna. He's from Finland. They're trying to build this guy up, and I'm guessing they're trying to have this match between Lex Luger and Ludwig Borger. I'm guessing at the Royal Rumble, but instead he got injured. I think it was days before the 1994 Royal Rumble show. I'm talking about Ludwig Borger, and you never see Ludwig Borger ever again. I think he ended up fighting in the UFC when it's starting out, and then sadly he passed away about 2010. It's just fucking sad. If he stayed healthy? What might mean for Ludwig Borger? Would he continue? Would Luger and Borger had a good match? We don't know. So yeah, seeing Luger. As for Luger, they'll have a second chance of pushing Lex Luger. Being the co-winners of the 1994 Royal Rumble match with Bret Hart, and once again failed to win the championship from Yokozuna. That match was ended in disqualification with Mr. Perfect as the special guest referee. Like I said, if you want more information, go check out my review of WrestleMania 10. It's on the playlist. Just click and find my playlist, and you can click on classic WWE pay-per-view review playlist, and you probably. My overall rating of Survivor Series 1993, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Not a terrible show, but not like, oh my god, this is great. This is a below average Survivor Series show. The 3 matches I put in the good is the opener Survivor Series match, Bret and his brothers taking on Shawn and his Knights, and the SNW Tag Team Championship match. The 2 things I put in the bad is the Team Doink versus Team Bam Bam Bigelow Survivor Series match. And the matches I mentioned, for the second Survivor Series match of the show and the main event, I think the matches were far too long. If they cut, 10 minutes off those matches, I think they'll probably flow a bit better. But the only thing I put in the okay is the main event. Not terrible, not amazing. It's just kind of there, In a different circumstance, if wrestlers never got injured or, accused of raping somebody, would this, or like the matches or the show be a bit better? We don't know, so it's just what it is. So yeah, I'd rather just skip this show. Like I said, it's just a below average pay-per-view. So, what's your thoughts of Survivor Series 1993? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you like this review? Smash the like button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. Next time, let's travel forward into the late 90s. This month marks the 25th anniversary of another classic Survivor Series show. Stone Cold Steve Austin get hit by a car. The Big Show winning his first WWF Championship. And also we got the debut of Kurt Angle. Yep, I'm reviewing Survivor Series 1999. Until then, this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.